man. Let's talk some NBA right quick, brother. Game 1, Celtics, Warriors. How shocked are you hearing that this is the NBA Finals that we're getting?
I'm shocked, and I'm gonna just say this: be very careful, Golden State. Be very, very careful, because I watched the Brooklyn Nets have the victory in Game 1, and when they lost that game, they never recovered, and they got swept.
Now, how ill this would be, right? That if Boston goes through Kyrie and KD, go through Giannis, go through Miami, and to go through Golden State, how historic would that be?
I'm going to say this is going to be, if Jason Tatum can do this, it's going to be equivalent to what Dirk Nowitzki did in 2011 when he went through Kobe, Durant and Westbrook,
right,
LeBron and Wade. That's what Dirk Nowitzki went through to win a championship. This is going to be the equivalent, because you're telling me he's going to go through KD and Kyrie. Then he's going to go through Giannis, who's been the best player in the NBA for the last 4 years. And then he's arguably going to go through Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors, which is a dynasty team.
You glossed over the Heat, though. I know you don't like Miami and everything. But
I glossed over because they don't count. They don't count.
Yeah, I know you.
They don't count.
Over the Heat.
They don't count.
You wrote stuff.
They don't count.
No, what you mean they don't count? No,
they don't count. There's no great player on that team.
Sidebar, that was the worst Eastern Conference Finals I've ever seen in my life. I got to be honest. That was just a terrible Eastern Conference Finals. We see Miami and Boston.
There's no great player on Miami.
Jimmy Butler's nice, though. Jimmy Butler's dope.
Jimmy Butler is super dope. Jimmy Butler will be a Hall of Fame. Jimmy Butler has heart. Jimmy Butler's not going to go down in history as greater than Giannis, KD, or Steph Curry. That's the only point I'm making.
Jimmy Butler wasn't supposed to be where he's at. We didn't look at Jimmy Butler coming from college as that guy. He grinded. You saw Jimmy Butler grow as an NBA player.
No. And I respect that. But I'm saying, with all that being said, those other players I named,
right,
they're going down as Mount Rushmore type players who defined a generation.
Well, I'm gonna stick to my guns. I did say Golden State in 6. I'm not gonna, I don't know how I feel about that right now. It's only one game. How much credence do you take in one game where we can say Jason Tatum was on his John Starks tip Watts 3 for 17? How much?
I think Jason Tatum is going to have a bounce back game, and I think Steph Curry needs to play Steph Curry basketball and not hero ball, and not I need to get this MVP to shut everybody up. Do not play for the MVP.
You think he's in that bag though?
Yes, I do. Absolutely. Absolutely. That man was looking to score and score every time he touched the ball.
But that's you and I been Steph since Davidson though. This ain't.
But come on, he doesn't need to do that, man. You got Poole, you got Wiggins. He has a team. Steph Curry.
My God, Poole. I'm glad you said his name. Poole's been in the milk carton box. Damn, in the whole playoffs, Watts. He's been in the milk. I thought he was supposed to.
No, I get it.
The big 3 or big 4 with Draymond, Steph, and Clay. Hey, I love you, Clay, but you got to step it up, baby. You got to step it up, Clay, for real. Playoff Clay, I don't know. He's not 100% though. He's not fully. I don't think Clay is still there yet. You know what I mean?
I just want this series is. But let me just say this: this series we're going to find out if we're going to have a series or if this series is over in 4. The next game.
In 4.
Yeah, we're going to find out if we're going to have a series like you said, or if Golden State loses, this series is over in 4.
But to be fair, Boston plays better in the playoffs part of stuff, Watts, on the road compared to the crib.
No, I get it. I get it, but I'm just saying if they lose these first 2 games, I got Boston sweeping them.
So listen, so what's going through your brain when Steph lights it up for 21 points in the first quarter? I'm thinking it's gonna be all night.
I'm thinking, let's do this, right? Steve Kerr is rigid with his 12-6, 12-6. Dogs, sometimes you got to adjust how you have your players out there, right, and you got to throw the knockout blow. I watched him have Steph Curry just sit on the bench. There's a 17-point lead, and the entire lead went away, and he kept Steph on the bench the entire time.
Yeah, that's
because he has to keep the rotation.
Right.
And I'm like, yo, what are you doing?
But let me ask you a question. If you're Golden State, how much do you put on the fact that Derek White, Horford, and Jaylen Brown, Watts, they went 13 for 25 for 3? Is that really going to happen a lot during the series?
No, but I'm going to say this. Jaylen Brown is great.
Very much.
I mean, if people If people, Jaylen Brown got his money. Jaylen Brown thinks he's as good as Tatum, and you're seeing how good Jaylen Brown is. Jaylen Brown is ill, and if guess what, the world's gonna find out because I don't believe Golden State has anybody that could check him. And okay, now let's talk about your guy, your leader, your vocal leader of the team.
Draymond Green.
Yeah. Yes, the floor is yours.
Wait, let's go here first. How do you feel about Draymond doing this podcast after games? Are you cool with that?
I am. I've just never seen it before, so it's weird to see somebody really be giving you live.
But we like that though because we love basketball. Though. We like that.
No. I know, but guess what? They lose this series, people gonna be getting at them for that.
Yeah, that's gonna be the narrative. That's gonna be
now the thing. If they win this series, he's gonna be looked at as this new thing you can do that players can do. Like you can podcast right after games.
Draymond, listen, Draymond is Draymond. Watch, we know what it is, man. He's not the same. He's gonna give you 10 points, 5 boards, 6 assists. He's gonna be the vocal lead and everything like that. That's why your guy Wiggins and Poole and those guys. I think Gary Payton Jr., believe it or not, him not playing in this series does hurt them a little bit on the defensive end because Klay. I know you hate this two-way player talk, but Klay on the defensive end, he can't guard Jason Tatum, and he can't guard Jaylen Brown. He just can't. You know what I mean?
Now, talk about your man Draymond, vocal leader.
I just don't think, like I said, you don't expect to get a lot from Draymond. You know what I mean? He does the dirty work though, man. Listen, he had a block on Luke and every. Draymond is still good, dog. Draymond is still valuable to a team. I know you don't like Draymond and everything like that, so you try to poo-poo on him anytime you get a chance to. But Draymond is still that guy, man. Talk about it's all about Steph, Klay, Jordan Poole and them dudes, man. It's not about Draymond no more.
No, Steve Kerr's gonna have to coach. Steve Kerr's gonna have to coach this series. Well, because we've watched the Celtics out-coach everybody.
Yes, Udoka's doing a hell of a job. And it's so funny, right? We had Brad Stevens was coaching last year. They moved him to the front office. You bring Udoka from San Antonio, and he takes him to the NBA Finals.
Yo, Udoka can coach. Udoka can coach, and I'm watching him out-coach. He out-coached Pat Riley last thing. He out-coached Pat Riley last thing.
Eric Spoelstra is the coach. It's not Pat Riley.
Who, the videographer? The video guy?
Dog, don't do Spo like that, man. Spo's not a bad coach. Don't do that. Yo, cats respect Spo. You might not like Spo, but cats respect Spo in the league when they talk about Spo.
All I know is Pat Riley got our coach last thing.
All right. How much credence are we put in coaching, though? Because some people say players play, coaches coach.
No. I put a lot. No. Coaching matters, man. You and I both know that. Coaching matters. You know that.
Mm-hmm.
You know that. I'll give you a perfect example. You tell me, what was the difference of the Los Angeles Lakers in 1999, and then in 2000 they get Phil Jackson and they win 3 straight championships? What was the difference?
Dale Harris just couldn't get it done, and then Phil came in and crushed the buildings. You know.
I mean, when you have prime Kobe and Shaq, and y'all just not winning, y'all getting swept. And then you get Phil Jackson, and all of a sudden, y'all playing for the championship every year. Right. That's coaching. Coaching.
Well, it's almost like football. The year Tony Dungy had the Buccaneers, and then John Gruden came in there and won a Super Bowl and everything.
I'm not giving Gruden props. That's Tony Dungy's championship. That's Tony Dungy's championship.
Barry Swift with the Cowboys and Jimmy Johnson left.
That's Jimmy Johnson. Jimmy Johnson and Tony Dungy. That's their rings, man. Yeah, let's be clear.
Another stat watch is the first home loss for Golden State in this postseason.
And that is why I said, if Boston wins this next game,
right,
this will be a sweep.
Come on, dog. I'll be shocked if you and I do a show again. We're talking 2-0 Celtics. I got Golden State.
Let me say something to you. You're 3. You wasn't shocked that they swept KD and Kyrie? They swept them.
I thought Brooklyn was going to beat them, number 1. I'm not going to front on that. I did.
But it's not that I thought Brooklyn was going to beat them. They got swept. KD's healthy. Kyrie's healthy. And they got swept.
But Golden State's a better team than Brooklyn, though, bro.
Let's find out. We're going to find out.
I mean, listen, I'll give Jason Tatum this. He did have 13 assists, though, a career high 13 assists. And I'm only highlighting that because he was off all game, and they still try to be part of the game and still try to do other stuff, I salute them. But that watch, they scored 38 points in the third quarter, Golden State, and then fourth quarter, 18 points. And Jaylen Brown was wilding in the fourth quarter. And Draymond Green said something on his podcast this morning. When I saw it this morning, he said that Steve Kerr didn't make the adjustments. I don't think he should have threw Steve Kerr under the.
And I saw that Steve Kerr didn't make the adjustments. Yeah, but it was obvious.
Draymond shouldn't say that. You know, but
Draymond. Here's the problem with Draymond saying that. Draymond, you were 2 for 12 in that game.
Yeah, you probably playing trash.
That's why. See, this is why you guys who always be like Draymond the leader, Draymond could talk all of this stuff. Draymond, you play like trash in that game.
It is.
And Draymond, I personally don't believe you're going to be great in this series. So we'll see.
What do you think about Draymond saying also on his podcast that this Celtics team reminds him of the Spurs teams of Tony Parker, Duncan, and Ginobili?
That's a great analogy because that team kept winning. They kept winning championships, and we're like, but they never.
Oh, isn't it too early to make that premonition? Like that's too early. I think they haven't even won a championship yet.
No, but he's just saying. I mean, dogs. They beat. Honestly, I like that analogy. I ain't gonna front. I like that analogy.
And what we talking about? Al Horford still balling. Marcus Smart was still balling. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't gonna front, man. The Celtics. You know what I mean?
Are you happy that LeBron is a billionaire? Does that mean something to you?
Listen, I'm gonna salute a black man getting his $1 billion. I'm always salute that, but I'm not. It's not.
Do you have any comment about his son's prom date? Because everybody seems to want to talk about that also. You got any take on that?
Here's my take on that. He lives in the suburbs, right? I don't know how many sisters at school that Bronny goes to. At the end of the day, I can't kill a 16-year-old kid for liking who he likes. You know what I'm saying? I can't do that as an old head. As a 40-year-old man, I can't kill a 16-year-old dude dating who he likes. I just feel nasty doing that.